Hi Pisces, and welcome to your November reading. So while I'm shuffling, let me just give you a little bit of overview astrologically. First and foremost, probably most of you are just waiting for this kind of like tension to go away. That's always related to Mercury retrograde. That's going to lift on the 3rd, and you all of a sudden you'll be able to see through all this BS that is basically happening not only in your life but in everybody's life, right? You guys specifically, if you listen to your own gut, you can get to the root of the issue. So kind of like, that connective tissue, kind of like between kind of like disparate parties, right? It kind of like really identifying who is the one who is kind of in charge, who is the one who's holding the reins, who is the one holding the entire thing back, right? So you really need to, you're a fish, right? So you need to kind of like delve really deeply and down there, kind of like go through this stuff until you find the source, and then you'll find the truth. We have on the 15th new moon in Scorpio, which kind of like is really good for your sign. It's a sister sign, and that's going to compel you to consider your current path and to see if you kind of like have the fork in the road kind of a thing. So it's going to be also the day when you can look into kind of like new hobbies to try. You can dream at the very least about the new places to visit. And you might also kind of like start exploration of something that's going to turn out to be a new skill, right? So I would not worry if I were you like this month, because you're kind of like maybe you're going to get you'll stray away from your road, but you're going to kind of like find the main road like when like you're ready to kind of like go back, right? Also for you, positioning of Neptune is important, right? Because that's your planet, and kind of like it ends its 5-month retrograde on the 28th. Yes, I know it's the whole freaking month you have to wait, but this dreamy blue planet, right, returns to forward. You're going to tap back and you're going to be idealistic. You're going to be optimistic. You're going to dare to kind of like go higher, right? And I really think this is kind of like what you felt. It was some kind of like a loss, that kind of like mindset, right? But this mindset that you're going to get, to most of us might seem impractical, but for you it's going to be really that escape that you really need. Hi Xavi, did you come to say hi to Pisces? You love Pisces? So, you do? How much you like them? Can we see what is on the bottom of the cards for the Pisces? Oh my gosh, you have a karma card, you have judgment, and Queen of Cups just like slide it out. This is you, kind of like you wanted to say, this is us, it's not anybody else in our life, this is us. Xavi? Hey, beautiful. Yes, I love you. And Pisces love you. Everybody who is watching loves you because you're such adorable, high maintenance pussycat. Yeah, she comes in the middle of the night and goes ting, 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 right? She first kind of like touches me like this at 3 o'clock in the morning. So when I don't react because I sleep, it's like ting, 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 and kind of like with the claws until I wake up and pet her, right? My little kind of like demanding pussycat. So guys, this is a karma card, which clearly points at you. It's a good one when it's upright. It means whatever it is, now it's like the balancing kind of like stage. Now it is time to kind of like put this line and say, this is it. Like, this is a chunk I need to deal with, and you got a good one. You got a passing mark. You are kind of like really enjoying yourself. You're moving it forward. Maybe you guys have fixed signs in your life: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio. Maybe you felt these signs were too much, because I'm a fixed sign as well. We can kind of like come across like that we are like smart, ASSs, and but the point is like we are kind of like dedicated to build a structure, which other people are finding it ridiculous, but that structure is what kind of like shifted you through, and you're going to really realize how actually that was helpful, even though it was like not invited, right? So now this is like kind of pushing you forward. Just think about like you're a Pisces, you're a fish, right? You're swimming. So this kind of like fixed signs were telling you, no, you're not going there. You really wanted to go there, but the fixed signs didn't let you. So you had being constrained, right? Like they were holding those reins. But now you find that going there would be kind of like a salmon run that would end up in death or something else. So you're actually getting kind of like really grateful about it, even though you're abandoning like that kind of like tried and true path, and you're going into your own kind of like dream world. And this is really, really good. And also you have the Lovers. And this is really, really opening with this union, with this symbiotic kind of like relationship. And this is the card of choices. This is a card where now the gate is opening. You can dream again. It talks about people coming in your life will be productive for you, will bring some lessons, but these lessons will be good. And you will be able to really connect on a really deep and significant level. Somebody also will really look good on a paper over here. And this is with Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness. Like this is one of the best combinations for something new. Whether or not this is somebody from the past. Because you see, this is like belonging to water sign. And this is belonging to air sign. So this means your mind meets the heart. So everything looks okay. Somebody's good on the paper. But you also like them. And also there is a spark. And also, you know, they like you back. Come on. How can that be kind of like wrong? And you have here Nine of Cups. Maybe for a while you have been solo, or you felt solo, you felt isolated in one way or the other, because Nine of Cups really talks about kind of like feeling a little bit discomfort, feeling a bit of discomfort when you when it comes to dating, I would say. Even if you're in a relationship, maybe you felt, oh, you know, I better be on my own and better do stuff on my own. When this reverses, this kitty starts playing with this crab, and this doesn't really end well, which means for you, you're kind of like, maybe you're getting restless or tired, and now you're going back to, hey, I'm better around people, I'm better with, you know, with somebody, I really want to feel that connection, I really want to feel something. So now, Shafi, you blocked me entirely. All I see is little Shafi over here. So let's see what brought in the past. Nine of Wands. So there are two nines, and that kind of like really fits with this one, because something was coming home to roost, if you wish. Something had to end. Nine of Wands is like you're saying, okay, you know, I don't want to give up entirely on everything. I might still be open to give this like one more chance, one more chance, kind of like the song goes, right? And you are going to really, really pat yourself on the shoulder that you did, because it's going to be really something really amazing that's going to come out of it. On top of you have a Knight of Wands. So there's like somebody who is very charming. That can be a fire sign of a sort. But Knight of Wands is like so charming, and they are like more interested in gathering experiences. They would be interested to kind of like settle down. That also can have that kind of like feeling of a one night stand kind of a thing. And so be very careful if this is like really somebody you don't know, you know. I don't have to be a mummy here and tell you all about the diseases and viruses and whatnot. But I really don't think this is what it is, because I think even if this person enters your life under those quote-unquote circumstances, that things are actually going to be workable and doable for you. Things are going to, let's say, for the lack of a better word, okay, right? Everything will kind of like work out, because it's going to be like, what is really good about Knight of Wands, you really love dating with this person, because this person is very creative. Even in this kind of like isolation that we have currently, they would find something. They would find mini golf in the snow. They would come up with some like ideas that might feel crazy, but like you are going to have a great time. And like this is what we need. Like, I mean, it's really kind of like we are going back to the basics, what is really, really important. Then you have the Magician reverse here. Now that worries me a little bit, right? Because it tells me that somebody's going to feel overly confident over something. And the Magician kind of like can have the same flavor, can have this flavor of, yeah, I can do anything. But this person here is like doing things for the wrong reasons. So that would be like, I mean, rock star, or somebody who wants to be in the rock music, not so much because they love the music and they love what they do, but more so because they simply want to kind of like get laid, right? And kind of like this is their kind of like way of doing it. So hence, this person is able to get whatever they want. They're able to be very charming. Like, I mean, this is proverbial salesperson who can swindle anybody into anything. So be careful if you're buying anything, if you're kind of like dealing with any of that. And this is really, really connecting with Mercury retrograde. And it's going to be very prominent in the first 10 days of November. You see, even though we are getting out of Mercury retrograde on the 3rd, until the 10th, Mercury is still in Libra. So we are kind of like dealing with justice, and we are dealing with equality and integrity. And you're going to see it through some people, like this dude over here. You have a 10 of Wands. Maybe you're holding some secrets. Maybe you're holding something back. Like, see, we are going from this 9 of Wands to 10 of Wands. Maybe you want to go forward with something, but you're saying, I better hold back. Maybe it was like wise that I'm kind of like going through a long observation of something over here, and like you're really thinking through. 10 of Wands also describes somebody who is carrying too much weight. So you guys need to relax. You guys need to, because look at all these wands that are really showing up, right? That's kind of like that energy coming through. But be careful. Too much can be kind of like really detrimental to your own kind of like sense of energy. Kind of like be careful with how much you give yourself. And then you have a 6 of Swords. That's really interesting. So somebody is escaping under the guise of a knight. This is talking about the full moon, and this is like talking about November 30th, right? November 30th is lunar eclipse in Gemini. You're going to either reveal or you're going to hear. It's kind of hard to tell because it looks like there are like two parties having a secret. It can be very shocking. And so be prepared for unexpected. Like the end of the month, as I said, like the Neptune is going to go forward, and then we have like this lunar eclipse in Gemini nonetheless, and the Gemini is like, I mean, right here in the center of the reading. So this is going to be something that's going to happen. When I say shocking, it means you just didn't expect it. It's like not something that you thought it could happen. So then we have your hopes and fears. This is always read both ways, up and down, this card, right? So here we have the Chariot that belongs to Cancer over here. So you had here Scorpio, you had here Gemini that is really showing up, and fire signs. But Chariot is really talking about which direction do you take. You're getting confused, but you're getting really, really eager to move forward. And remember how I said this is the card about choices, right? In the Lovers, we are kind of like enjoying this companionship, but we are also thinking, where do we move forward and how do we move forward? This dude here is really appealing to people who want to be single, who, or this dude wants to be single. There's like somebody in your life who is maybe not telling you that. They are giving you all of these pictures about their ideal partner, and they're like, I mean, aware enough that if they kind of like really tell you the truth, that you're just going to vanish in a hurry, right? So they are kind of like stringing you along. So there is like this decision either to get stuck, which is the Chariot reversed, or to move forward. Be very careful. Chariot always relates to Mercury retrograde. Make sure that your car is like having the air in tires, enough gas, because stuff like that can happen. Also computers, that's kind of like two things I just don't fail each and every time. I have to budget every year extra because of the job I work or the internet. It always happens. And the outcome is 3 of Wands, which is amazing. You're kind of sorting things out. Remember what I said initially. You kind of like have to figure out like who is the one holding things back and who basically was kind of like creating some kind of detriment to you. You're going to be able to analyze this. And 3 of Wands is kind of like sorting things out. Who is a friend? Who isn't? You're literally not going to have any time for thinking who isn't. You're just going to be moving forward with positive things. Who is a friend? Who is a lover? And with whom you only want to take them in small dosages, like a medicine, right? Like a coworker or something like that, where you kind of like have to stabilize your personality and just like show little parts of it. Overall, be careful, because that can kind of like take you a little bit by surprise and can take you astray, because kind of like some people will be very, very charming. So it's going to be lots of choices this particular month. Maybe your choice is going to be, well, you know, I'm going to love you, but this is not exactly what I need, and then you decide to leave eventually. Or, you know, finally you realize what has happened behind it. Somebody else maybe leaves you and you're taking it personally, but then you find out the shocking truth that had nothing to do with you, and you're actually feeling protected, that the universe protected. You know, they say rejection is God's protection. I pulled one more card over here for you. It says stay optimistic about your love life. It says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So this is really important, right? So you need to kind of like tap back into that intuition. Neptune is going to give it to you. You need to kind of like order the things, figure out kind of like who is who in your life, and who is going to keep that central role, who is not going to keep the central role. And this is going to be a really, really big task. It's going to be almost organizing task, except it's going to be done on an intuitive level, on an emotional level. So, dear Pisces, if you haven't, please join my social media at Cat Tarot, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Also, guys, if you want a reading from me, go and check my website, cattarot.ca. And lastly, I used to do annual review Taroscopes, but it was just exhausting me. This year I'm not going to do it, but what I will do, and only for the people who are on my mailing list, is going to be short intro to what 2021 will bring. It was just like really, really short about every really sign. So if you want to get it, you have to be a subscriber and you have to be on my mailing list. How to get there? The link is down in the description. Or you can go on my website, cattarot.ca, and you can just scroll down on the bottom of the website. It says kind of like join my mailing list, or you can just wait for a pop-up to come up and then you can join there. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy your month, and until the next rendezvous, I wish you all the best. Love you.